So let's take a look at Font Manager. When you open some project, you might see a message like this, which says that we're missing 4 local fonts. So what should we do in this situation? Well, first of all, if it is a template of mine, it means that I probably have custom font provided together with this package. And to install it, we just go to Font Manager using the master menu. And from here, we can install Google Fonts or local web fonts. So because this one was local, we can just select the folder, these font files provided with the template, and click open to install all of the fonts in this folder. And as you can see momentarily, they are now installed inside Blocs. There are pop-ins used in many templates, Techo, this one for this construction template. And you can see right away that now we have all of the fonts showing properly in our template here. So these were local fonts provided together, but what about custom fonts from Google or other local fonts? So first of all, let's select Google Fonts, and we will go to Google Fonts website. It is basically fonts.google.com. And once you visit it, if it is your first time, you can basically browse for the fonts you like to find the one you want to use in your website. And you can also use the categories here to select something specific. So let's say I want to have something beautiful, something maybe handwriting. So I will disable all other categories and select dancing script. And I think that I can try this font and I want to install it. So I will select a couple of weight options, regular and bold. And you can select all of them, but I don't recommend to do that. Just select the ones you're going to use. And all you need to do is copy this link by clicking here. And now if we go back to Blocks, Font Manager, click on plus, all we need to do is to paste this code here. And if it's first time, allow the paste and add Google Font. So that's it. The font now is installed. You can see 700 and 400 weight options are there. So it means that we can select the text, go to inspector in this case, we have some class applied. And from here, we need to go to typography and set the font we just installed. But as you can see, this template only uses the local fonts. And this is sometimes a situation you need to enable the Google Fonts manually. I think they will be enabled by default in most of the Blocks projects, but still, if it is not visible here, it means that you need to go to project settings, typography, and from here you need to check this enable Google Fonts option. So after doing that, you can go back to our inspector, custom class editor, and from here you can see that now we have a bunch of Google Fonts showing in this list, including the dancing script we just installed. So let's find the dancing script. As you can see, we have regular and 700. And by applying this 700, I think that now we can maybe add a little bit of margin here. And now we can go to preview to see how this will look on all other pages. Because it was a custom class, this will be visible not just on this home page, but also on all other pages as well. As you can see, this carousel has this font now. And if we go to services page, we still have this font. So let me show you how to install the local fonts from internet, not from the provided package. So we can go to Google Font Helper. And this is, you just search for it on Google, and there are many websites which have these resources. And let me tell you why I want you to go to Google Font Helper, Web Font Helper, instead of Google Fonts. Because if you download it from Google Fonts, which you can do, as you can see, we have download all button here. But if you download it from Google Fonts and you go to your download folder, unzip this, you can see that we have the static files here, and these are not web optimized. If we enable the size, you will see that these are 77 kilobytes each. But if we go to our web font helper website, any of these websites, because like I said, there are multiple similar websites, and find the same font, we can similarly select the weight options we need and click on download files, download it to our iPad. And in this case, if we go to the archive, unzip it, unzip it, that's the first one. And as you can see, the size is 25 kilobytes. So it's like 30% of the original Google font file. So after that, you just go to Blocs, local web fonts, and select this folder. I think this one, click open, and again, it will be installed. If you go to the list here, you can see that we now have these 4 Dancing Script fonts installed to our setup. So that's how you install local fonts. Again, I recommend to use Google Font Helper. You can also use Google Fonts if you want. And now we can go back to our class editor. And as you can see, we now have both local and web font available to choose from. I think it looks even better.